welcome to Mommy Vlog number 2. I want to get as many of these out as I can, especially during December, since I'm trying to hit my goal of doing 12 videos this month. Plus there's a lot of stuff to talk about since I haven't been uploading. I think I did one a month while I was in the first 3 months of having my son, so and that didn't include what I already had like backlogged. This vlog I wanted to talk about his pediatrician appointments, specifically his growth, because this is something like I was surprised by it, so I feel like it's an important thing to talk about. Hang on a second. Hopefully that lighting's a little bit better. I'm still getting used to what I have down here. Okay, so when Graham was born, he was born 2 weeks early. He was born at 37 weeks and 6 days, so basically 38 weeks. And when he came out, he was 8 pounds 2 ounces and 21 inches long. And that 8 pounds, while not abnormal for a normal full-term baby, it was abnormal for a 38-week-old baby. So he did come out pretty big, but otherwise that's about right. Like that's where he should be. What surprised me was he dropped pretty quickly. When we left the hospital, he dropped to 7 pounds 10 ounces. So not quite a full pound, but he did drop. And I don't even think that counts. Like, I think he did drop initially, like somewhere, because he was born on the 9th and we left on the 11th. I think on the 10th he had dropped pretty significantly, but I didn't get the numbers for that day. But anyway, so we left on the 11th and he was down to 7 pounds 10 ounces. So because he had dropped so much, the pediatrician wanted to see him pretty soon compared to what she would normally see him, to when she would normally see him. So we ended up going on Friday, September 14th. So we left the hospital on a Tuesday. Friday was his first official appointment. And he actually had lost another 4 pounds. So he went down to 7 pounds 6 ounces. So once again, he's almost a full pound less than when he was born. So we ended up scheduling to see her again. We saw her again on the 18th, which I think was a Tuesday. We saw her on Friday and then we saw her again on Tuesday. And on Tuesday, he actually did gain. He gained 3 ounces. So he went, almost what he had lost from leaving the hospital to his first appointment, he almost gained that fully back. So he was up to 7 pounds 9 ounces. And then we saw her one more time on September 24th. And I'm just checking my calendar real quick, because I want to say, let's see, we saw her on the 18th. So then we saw her a week later. So we went from, we saw her 3 days after we left the hospital to 4 days after that to a week after. So all of his first appointments were very, very close together because she just wanted to make sure he was gaining weight back. When we went on that day, September 24th, he was up to 8 pounds 1 ounces. So they were like, he's basically back up to his birth weight. The next time we'll see you is in 2 weeks for his 1 month. So that whole thing was really crazy. And I think the thing that I really want to talk about here with that first bundle of appointments is it really wasn't about, like, the only thing it was about was his weight. Everything else he was doing really good. I think we did get, no, maybe that was at the 1 month appointment. I don't think we got vaccinated any of those appointments. We might have one of them, I don't remember, but I don't think so. I don't think we got vaccinated at any of those. It was just purely about how much he weighed. And those first couple ones, I actually had people to come with me, which was nice. My husband went to the first couple with me, And then my sister was visiting, and so my sister went with me for another day. And so I always had somebody, which was really nice, for that first bunch. But in terms of how much he weighed, this is kind of where I want to talk about what happened with my my milk supply. So I actually pretty much right out of the gate I was pumping because he was born as early as he was. He ended up going into the NICU, and they ended up giving him formula there because I wasn't even producing like the first part of what you produce. Like nothing was really coming out. So I was pumping immediately to create food for him to eat. And for a while, because he had lost as much weight as he did and wasn't gaining for a little bit, so our pediatrician was concerned, while we were in the hospital, we were actually supplementing him with formula. So for a while, we had like a little feeding tube and a syringe. Well, we had a feeding tube and we had a syringe. I don't remember exactly how it worked, but basically while I was feeding him myself, my husband would stick the little feeding tube into his mouth and just like syringe like some extra so he would get used to eating from me, but get enough to supplement. And I think that's a really big thing. Like, it's okay if you can't, you know, feed your kid right away, because, and even if you can't, even if you end up not being able to, like, thank goodness we have the ability nowadays to take care of babies and make sure they get all the nutrition that they need, even if, you know, it means going formula for a little bit. It was really nice. If you're on the opposite side and just, you know, only breast milk, good on you. I was just so thrilled that we were able to feed him because I wasn't able to right away. Now I'm way overproducing, but that's another story. But that was really the focus of those first pediatrician appointments was, do we need to be supplementing him? How do we need to be doing this? How are we going to be getting him the nutrition that he needs in order to be gaining weight at a healthy pace? So once we got him gaining weight, once he was back up to his birth weight, we waited 2 weeks and we went back for his 1 month appointment. So let me bring up that information. Okay, so we saw her on the 9th, which was exactly a month after he was born. On September 24th, the last time we went in until the 1 month, he was 8 pounds 1 ounce. When we went in at his 1 month, he was 9 pounds 12 ounces. So he had gained definitely 1.5 pounds, almost like closer to 2 pounds, which is great. He also gained 1.5 inches, so he was up to 22.5 inches, which is awesome. And at that appointment, we definitely got vaccinated. Really, like, as a side topic, whatever you believe about vaccinations, if you end up doing them, personally, I'm behind it. I have enough friends in the medical field that I trust to know what they're doing and trust that people in the medical field know what they're doing. So that's where I'm at. I have pretty strong opinions, but just for myself, the hardest thing about getting your kid vaccinated is the shots. I mean, obviously, but it was so hard both times because he had vaccinations at the 1st month and the 2nd month appointment, and just, oh, baby boy has screamed. Baby boy, he has never screamed harder than when he gets his shots. And both times I was there by myself with him. Now, I don't know if this is true. One thing that I heard is that as soon as they get their shots, if you can feed them, that helps. I did it both times and it seemed to calm him down. So it may just be a way to pacify him. I think I had read somewhere that getting fed breast milk can help get those white blood cells in there to help help them feel better. I don't know if that's true, but it seemed to calm him down. It worked. That's all that matters to me. Other things at the 1 month appointment, they talked about things that we should start noticing. The big ones are things like tracking and if he's like looking for you. So when they say tracking, is he, you know, following you with his eyes? When he hears you, is he looking for you? And then starting to talk, which he's been doing for so long. It's so great. Oh, and smiling. So it's not just like a reflex smile, which they do when they're firstborn. So that was all really fun. We actually get a pamphlet every time we go to the doctor with information on things we should be looking for, things that our baby might be doing. And that's really nice. It's really helpful. And so that was pretty much it at the 1 month. 1 month appointment was pretty fast. And then we had our 2 month appointment. Oh, and was it 1 month? No, it was at the 2 month appointment. So at the 2 month appointment, he was up to 12 pounds, 11 ounces, which is almost 3 pounds heavier than he was at his 1 month appointment. We were super happy. He gained 1.7 inches. He was up to 24.2 inches, and they measured his head, but I don't really pay attention to that as much. The big thing at the 2 month appointment, Graham has been, he's a baby that spits up, but he's never mad about it. So he's never like hurting. And so talked about it with the pediatrician. He seems to be getting just like too much milk from me. Like he just keeps eating. And mostly we're trying to stop it at night. Like during the day we can, you know, obviously I can try to like watch the time, and if he's eating really well, just break it off at a certain point. But the big thing is at night. So what we've been doing at night is we've been adding a cereal, like a rice cereal mix, to his bottles. And he gets bottles at night now so that we can kind of control how much he's getting. We also talked to the pediatrician about moving him into his own room, partially because he's kind of getting big for the, he was getting big for the bassinet. And our pediatrician was all on board with putting him in his own room. That's another topic. The new thing right now in 2018, the end of 2018, this came out pretty like right after he was born, this was the thought, but that babies should stay in the room as long as possible. But our pediatrician totally was on board with our plan, which was about 3 months. We wanted to move him into his own room. And so we did do that at 12 weeks. We moved him in his own room. Last night was kind of weird because we were all kind of off our schedule, but he slept better. We've been sleeping better. He's only been waking up really once a night for like a middle of the night feeding, which is great. So things are obviously getting better. We're starting to look for really getting interested in things, wanting to grab at things. Yeah, like wanting to reach for things, really trying to like study faces. He's also definitely trying to mimic how we talk. So he watches our mouths a lot. And obviously he's not saying words, he's just cooing, but it's cute, and he's trying to talk to us, which is a lot of fun. He's getting really good at telling us, it's really fun to see what he's thinking. I was telling my husband, you can tell he's mad because his cry is just like, wah. Like it's just a very sharp yell. But if he's happy, you know, it goes up because he's happy. And it's fun to see that kind of, instead of just crying, it's communication via emotion. And that's awesome. It's so cool. And we're starting to get to the point where he should be rolling over. He actually did roll over on our bed like 4 times. So that's exciting. I'm hoping we keep doing that, but he hates tummy time. So we'll see what we can do. Other than that, that's that's pretty much where we're at. Our pediatrician really has been really open to everything that we've been thinking about. She's more there to guide than to push things on us. Although, you know, if we don't know something, she definitely gives us her opinion. And that's all been really helpful. It's been so nice. She's great, and we're gonna be seeing her again at the 4-month. So that was something I didn't know, was how that was all spaced out. But we saw her at 1 month, 2 month, and now we'll see her at 4 months. So next time we see her, it'll be January. New year. Ugh. And I'm really excited because once we get into this next step, like after this next appointment, that's when we can almost start introducing not solid foods, but like purees and stuff. And that's exciting. Like, I can't wait. So that I think is pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this mommy vlog. And thank you for sticking with me. If you have been, if not, hello, thank you for checking us out. And I'm gonna keep trying to put up a vlog really every other day, so we'll hit 12 days before Christmas. Thank you guys so much. If you like what you see, subscribe, give the video a like, all that fun stuff. I don't feel like I need to say that because if you're watching me, you watch enough YouTube to kind of know all that. But I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.